Hello, hello friends, welcome. I'm Robin with Demi Simple Designs. If you see the red live light, you've caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in #replay. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from and let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to my page. How is everybody's Thursday going? I hope it's going well. All right, gotta get myself pulled up, get myself sprinkled out here at a few places. So hopefully we can have some friends come on, say hello, spend some time with me. Some people are popping in. Hello, hello. How is everybody? Hi, Tracy. How are you today? Hi, Thea. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello, friends. You made it. Well, thank you for coming on and spending time with me. Hello, Gwen. Thank you for being here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I know it is kind of a late time for me, but this spot was still open, so I went ahead and I took it. You know, if I get the opportunity to come live with craft with you guys, I'm gonna take the opportunity. I know I can go live anytime I want on my page, but it's always fun to come live and craft around the clock. So this is my segment of craft around the clock. And thank you all for joining me. If you are not, if you have not joined the group, please do. I did tag the page in the description. You can just click it. Make sure you answer the questions, otherwise you won't get, she won't accept your join. You won't get allowed in. I'll get it out. I'll get it out. You won't be allowed in, and it's just for the safety of all of everybody. That's why she asked. It's nothing personal. Just a couple questions. Hi, Kimmery. Hi, Anita. So today, I had shown a picture of some bees and asked if anybody be interested if I got that pattern. This is not my pattern. It's called Rekindled Creations is where I got the pattern from, but it is, I am allowed to cut wood kits and sell them out of the pattern. I cannot sell the pattern itself, but I can sell the wood kits. And this is the little wood kit we are doing today. Hello, Rose. How are you? Oh, you finally have electricity? Oh my gosh, I bet you're hot, girl. So this is going to be a set of bees, and you get 3. You get 2 like this. This one's a little bigger than the other one, and then you get this guy. You get the wings. We get 1 wing for each one of these, and then you get his wings. This one here. This is his wings. So it's on 1.5 inch thick wood, and you get the whole set for $17 if you would like one. Just private message me. But I think it's going to be a cute little, hello, Beverly, how are you? Hi, Christy. So anyway, we're gonna get started. I probably won't get them all done, but we're gonna try and get part of them done anyway. But I just thought it would be fun, something different. Now I went, the pattern was a little smaller than that, and so I took it to a copy place and had it enlarged because my, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a paintbrush. I don't know what I'm looking. Hi, Criselda. So we're going to start off and we're going to paint the wings on all of them. And I'm using Paint Couture Buttercream, and it's a chalk paint. And I ordered this just to try it. I've never used their paint. I still love the AFK paint, but I thought I'd give this a try. I only bought a few colors just to try something different. And I used this the other day, and it's pretty good. You can also get acrylic paint from them. And Christina over at the Rust Covered Cottage is an affiliate for them. So if you want to order some or go check it out, you can go to her page and go to her link tree. It's in there. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you got it. Somebody else messaged me they got something I sent. I had another person. So I sent them all earlier in the week, so people are starting to get their stuff, I think. Of course, today I was going to do some more mailing today. And of course, our post office isn't open because of that. Today's Juneteenth. So I'll be doing some more shipping tomorrow. For some, a few wood kits that we cut. So how's everybody's day going? Poor Miss Roseanne, she's been in the heat. I'm glad your hi Gail. I'm glad your power's back on now, so hopefully you can. It is humid here. Actually, it's not too bad today. It's going to be bad the rest of the week. Hot and humid here in Iowa. It's going to be in the upper 90 or in the mid 90s, but with the heat index because of the humidity, it's going to be more like upper 90s. And I think Saturday it's even supposed to get close to 100 with the heat index because of the humidity is supposed to be so high. So I'm gonna have my air on, that's for sure. Because it will be real. Hello, Yvonne. How are you? Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for sprinkling. So it's going to get nice and toasty warm here. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But it's humid today, but not too bad. That's why I didn't even try to straighten my hair today, because when it gets really, the humidity gets up to a certain, even when I straighten it, it doesn't stay. It kind of frizzes as the day goes. There is it. I think it's supposed to hit everywhere, Gwen. We got rain the last few days, so that was good, because we sure did need it. So that was good. That was a blessing. But then the next, I think it's either 4 or 5 days, it's supposed to just get up there and be just miserably hot. In fact, my husband, has been working on that dresser, and he hasn't even, because the humidity's been so high, he hasn't done anything with it because you know, when it gets that high, you're working with wood, it expands and it. What am I making? I'm making some bees. Thea, this is my new wood kit. It's a set of 3 bees. So that's what we're working on. I'm working on the wings right now. Hello, Jan. Michigan in the house. We needed rain too, but we didn't get much at all. Oh my goodness, really? Wow. Yeah, we got some rain. I mean, we could still probably use some more. Sorry guys, I forgot to tell you. Using them. Hi, Kathy. How are you? That was good. Hi, Sheila. All right, those are dry. So now we're gonna get, I think I'm just gonna work on You Love Bees. All right, so this is the set of 3. So actually we're gonna go this way. This one goes this way and this one goes this way. But you could do them however you want. I mean, if you wanted both these little guys to go the same direction, you could. So, but the wings on them, on these ones, this is the smaller one. They're just gonna glue on just like this. They're pretty simple. They'll just glue on just like that. And then this guy, he gets the bigger one and it'll glue on. But this is the one that's a little different. And this is the one I was thinking I would work on. And his wings go like this. So we're gonna get to painting the bodies here. Let's see. I am going to, now the way they did it, I got the picture of the pattern. They painted the whole thing yellow and then added black stripes. But I'm thinking, you did, Thea? Oh, how cool. Oh, well, thank you, Griselda. Hi, Lori. How are you? Well, Jeannie, well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, well, thank you. Those were fun to make. Those were fun. So I'm debating. Do I want to do it that way? Do-do-do. You know, Jeopardy song. Do-do. Let's go. Actually, let's go ahead and do it that way. I'm gonna use pineapple, and we're gonna paint them yellow and give them black stripes. We'll do something different. Do it a little different. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you joined me. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So, does anybody know what they're doing for dinner tonight? Let's do this paintbrush right here. We are going to have pork tenderloins. This is what I'm making tonight for dinner. Anybody else know? You know, I never heard of a pork tenderloin until I came to Iowa the first time. It's kind of something that, it's kind of a, I think a Midwestern thing. I don't know. And I've learned how to make them now. Kind of like a steam burger. You know, you guys are familiar with a steam burger. Or a made right, they call them. Cooked a pot of, ooh, and soup. Ooh, that sounds good. Lasagna soup, Barb. Oh, hey, Barb, I didn't see you pop in. How are you? You don't eat pork, Thea? There's a lot of people that don't eat pork. You could actually do it with chicken, I guess. You know, I just bred some tenderized pork pork chops, and I bread them in breadcrumbs and just fry them in a little bit of butter and oil, you know, and you just eat it. I usually just, well, they usually eat them on a hamburger bun, but my husband doesn't use hamburger buns. He doesn't want all the carbs. You're Jewish? Oh, good. What part of Iowa? Diane, we are in Fort Dodge. You're in Mason City. You're not very far from us. Yeah, we're pretty close. Beef, asparagus, and cauliflower. Yeah, you could do it with chicken. Make a chicken sandwich, you know. But yeah, no, they don't eat pork. You're right. All right, so there's that one. Maybe we can quickly paint these guys. And then at least have that much done. 4 o'clock. I got to be done by 4:30. Had to think. I'm used to coming on at 2:15, so I have to think about that. I always know at 2:15 I got to be done by 3. Hi, Louise. Hi, Kelsia. I was watching Miss Tracy with Craft and Mom's Corner Market. Well, I've been watching a lot of different people today. I've been on Craft Around the Clock watching. I've been all over kind of watching people today. I've been sitting here getting craft ready for tomorrow. I usually don't talk about other events going on during my segment of Craft Around the Clock, but I am in one tomorrow, and it's a benefit for Alzheimer's awareness. And I know some of you have heard Jamie talk about it, and we're also trying to raise, you know, we each have a goal we want to meet of raising however much our goal is, and mine is $100. And I have a link. I know Kim Marie's talked about it, but I do have the link for mine. I have, so far, I've earned $65, and my goal was $100, so I'm not too far from reaching my goal. Hi, Sharon, Sharon, S&H Crafting Space. Hi, Susie. Hey, Michelle. But I can put my link in here. I'm going to give Happy Mail to the first, I think I said first 3, but if you want to donate, I mean, even just $5, you know, that's just a cup of coffee. But I did make a post on my page, but let me see if I can get that link in there. Yeah, it's not going to go in there now. that would be great. I'm going to send happy mail out. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? How have you been? All right. I have a lot of paint I've dumped out here of this yellow. I need to clean my bottle up here. But we'll put the link in the comments of this video too. I don't know if, let me see if I can go get it. Hi, Carla. How are you? Let's see. Oh, I just stuck my arm in the wet paint. There it is. So if you want to go make a quick donation, that would be great. Like I said, I'm going to be sending out happy mail to anybody that does, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Like I said, $5. You know, that's a cup of coffee. I'm sorry, Cynthia. Let's see. Okay, I pinned it. So hopefully, yeah, prayers for you, Cynthia. All right, this is drying pretty fast. Hi, Tona. I don't know if that pinned. Did that pin, guys? All right, so I'm gonna get a brush, and actually I think I want to use that's not even dry all the way. Thank you, sweetie, for those stars. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. I appreciate that. All right, let me see. Trying to think how wide I want to make these stripes. I'm kind of looking at the picture. I might, you know, kind of. It did. Thank you, Barb, for letting me know. I can't tell. You don't think it pinned? Huh. Well, it says it's pinned, but that's okay. Huh. Because I see it on my phone. Or no, I don't. But it says it's pinned. So I don't know. Let me try it again. I know Jamie had. Thank you, Kelsia. You see it in the comments? It pinned. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kelsia. Message me your address. Private message me your address, Kelsia, so I can send you out some happy mail. You see it now? Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said. And then I've got these little half beads, these black half beads that I'm going to use for eyes for the big guy. Like I said, I'm not sure on the little ones if I'm going to add eyes. I may just do like a little dot for them. Just paint a dot. Hi, Kefany. But I'm going to use these guys. And I don't like that they're shiny, so I usually paint over them. So I'm going to use my coffee bean, my Dixie Belle coffee bean. Still trying to use that up. And we're going to paint stripes on our bees. And I'm just going to use, this is a pretty wide brush, and it's just a square brush. So I'm just going to use it and do stripes. And I'm not going to be perfect about it. You know me, I just kind of go with it. So let's see. Just kind of like that. Kind of fill it in. Just like that. And I'm going to go down the side. And I'm not, you know, I'm getting it filled in, but not like perfect, just like that. So that's not perfect, but that's okay. So there's one. Thank you, Kelsia. How is Kefany today? I was going to tell you guys the other day when my grandson was calling and talking to him. When they got into, I think it was into Atlanta, Georgia, it was really foggy. And he had never seen, he has seen fog, but he didn't remember ever seeing fog. And so he didn't know what it was. So he was asking, what is that, you know? And they were telling him, well, it's fog. And he was calling it FOD, F-O-D, FOD. Oh, the FOD? And they were like, no, fog. And they were kind of, so then they were trying to explain to him. He says, oh, I know what that is. Some guy was back there smoking, and it's just smoke from that. Hi, Pam. Hi, Cheryl. I'm doing good, Kefany. I just cracked up. No, some guy was back there smoking, and that's from when he was smoking. Okay. He figured it out. He explained it to himself. So let's go kind of like a half circle. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. She will be 34. She's my baby. She was the youngest of the crew. Let's see. And she's got probably the biggest heart. When she was a little girl, I don't even know that this is gonna look right, but I probably should have this is at an angle, but it'll be all right. She got accepted to be when she was in preschool. So see, they're not perfect. And the program she was in, it was like an integrated program for preschool where they had special needs children and regular children in the class. And they had found that by doing that children with special needs, if they had peers that they would kind of help them learn. And my daughter loved that. She made a friend, a little boy. They became best friends. And the teachers would try to get him to do stuff. Your birthday's tomorrow, Cruz? Oh, you're going to be 66? Yes, they do, don't they, Lori? Anyway, she could get this little boy, you know, when the teacher would try to get them to come to the front of the class and sit on the floor with the rest of the kids and that kind of thing. He wouldn't listen to the teachers. But she could go over there and take his hand and say, come on, come sit down, you know, and get him to color and get him to do things that the teachers, she just had a way with him. And I always thought she might, you know, go into that kind of field, but she didn't, because even as she got older, she would, there was boy, I messed that one up bad. Trying to talk and paint here. It's not working very well. There was a friend that had a little boy that was, about 18 months old or so. And she would go over there and hang out with, you know, keep him entertained while mom would clean house. Or I'm like, really? She was like 6, 7 years old, and she just loved it. She'd go over there and keep him entertained. And yeah, they're not the best, but hey, we got stripes on them, right? We got stripes. What's who's saying? Oh my goodness. Wow, Cruz, that's amazing. Hi, Deb. Yep, no problem. So, oh well, we got them painted, right? So I'm painting these beads because, like I said, I don't like that they're shiny. So I just paint them with chalk paint and dull that down. So let's do that. Okay. Okay, so everything's painted. And we're going to do a little sanding. And then let's see if we can at least get one of them together here. This one's pretty much, they're not taking long to dry at all. Okay, that's dry. I'm gonna grab my sander here. So we're gonna sand just a little. Give them a little distressing. You know me. Let's see. Oh my. Well, that'll get covered up, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I got quiet all of a sudden. I'm trying to hurry since trying to get at least let's see, maybe one of these little guys and the big one. But anyway, hopefully you guys will join us. I mean, it is a 2-day event, so Friday's just the first day. And there's some Kimrys in it. You're a tad frazzled. Oh no. I'm sorry, Deb. I'm sure. Deb Brown is heading this event up with Art and Grace. So if you guys are familiar with her, yeah. Okay. Trying to stay in that black because I smeared black on the other and I don't want to do that again. And I get that's a bad thing when you do this. Do dark colors with light colors. Yeah, that's true. It's like the worst everything gets, right? You're sore, your vision gets bad, you feel young, but you know, your brain says you're young, but your body says something different, right? Right? All right. Or I know that's how mine is. I will sand this other one later. So I'm going to get a rag here. We're going to kind of brush this off. And I'll probably have to get a new piece of sandpaper because I want to sand the wings. I don't want none of that black. Let me see. Big one. So let's get this sanded. Like this. Well, it sounds like there's some. Yeah, I hear you, Deb. I hear you. Yeah, that's so true. Didn't know it was going to be this bad. I guess, you know. All right. You know, I fell a few weeks ago, and I was really surprised I wasn't more sore than I was. But my leg and my foot still hurt. I was like, really? It's been 2 weeks. What did you do to yourself, girl? Little kids fall, and they just jump right up, and it's like nothing. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Oh, yeah, Lori. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible disease. I worked at a facility and that had a memory care unit, and just to see those people, you know, just it wasn't like who they were. You know, family members would come in and they'd say, it's just not the same, you know. They're not who they used to be. Physically they are there, but, and you know, they don't know who you are, who they're, yeah. All right, I got my bare dark wax, and we're gonna wax, add some wax. Real quick. Our neighbor man his wife is losing her memory, and so he's struggling with that. What? All right. All the way around. She said hello to me earlier today. His wife was out on the porch. She's a sweet lady. All right, there's the wings. We're gonna add those. We're gonna add little eyes. I'm gonna drill some holes in the top of his head, and I'll add, hi Glenda. So let's see really quick where I want to put these. I got 5 minutes. Let's see, right about there. I'm gonna add some of my tight bond. In here. And that's probably way more than enough. Oops. I guess that was one way to do it. And make a mess. Raise that up just a little. There. I'm gonna hold that, but I'm gonna get a wipe and clean that off the back there. And I'm going to, let's see if I can, yeah, that's better. That slid down. What the heck? You hold that a minute. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Hopefully everything's okay, Glenda. There we go. I think it's on now. little eyes. Hi, Dolores. All right, and I do have some fabric. I am gonna add some small little bows, just some little, that's a lot of fabric, but I'm gonna cut them down and just do some small little bows. And like I said, I'm gonna add some little antennas. I need this glue. Okay, 2 minutes. And I think I'm gonna add a really wonky mouth on him. I don't normally do that, but I am for this guy. Come on. Yeah, I agree, Deb. That's what I say, that they don't come to life until you add them some eyes, and then it's like, it changes the whole look, doesn't it? Once you put those eyes on. Once you put them eyes on. So there he is so far. I think they're gonna be cute. And then this one, where's the, no, it's this one right here. And like I said, I will add the rest, but then this one, real quick, might be able to, I know we can go over, but I don't like to do that, take somebody else's time, but so maybe, but real quick, we'll just add a little wax, and we'll add the wings real quick, and you can see you just kind of go on like that. And so there's 2 of them. And I will finish them up and I will post a picture. And thank you guys again for joining me. Make sure you stick around for whoever's up next in Craft Around the Clock. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your night. Bye. Thanks, guys.